They focused on what would be best for them. That's it. What would be best for them? If nobody has done this yet, let me be the first to give you permission to be selfish. It's okay. This is your career. You only get one. Welcome to the Game of Her Own podcast, a podcast about women who work in sports. I'm your host, Jahaan Blake. After 15 years of working for 3 major league teams, including the Boston Red Sox, Los Angeles Dodgers, and the Chicago Cubs, I discovered the one thing I loved the most was helping women in sports shatter glass ceilings and take their seat at the table. I loved it so much that I made a business out of it. I have the honor of coaching high-performing women in the sports and entertainment industry and supporting them as they go after exactly what they want in their career. So if you are feeling tired of waiting on the sidelines, done being overlooked for promotions, and you're ready to pull ahead of the pack and take your career to the next level, girl, I'm here for it. I also created the Game of Her Own podcast to support you as well. We are here to share the stories of incredible women who work in sports and entertainment. These leaders and trailblazers will inspire you with their success and the lessons they've learned along the way to the top. Ladies, there is nothing like women empowering women. I am so honored you're here. I'm just going to say it. 2021 is going to be your breakout year. You, my friend, can do this. I believe in you. You're not listening to this podcast week after week to simply stay where you are right now. You are a high-achieving woman who works in the sports and entertainment industry, or maybe you're trying to work your way in. So let's talk about what making your next move can look like. What is your breakout year going to look like? So often we have this picture in our mind that I'm going to work my ass off and I will get promoted. And I'm going to continue to move right on up in the organization, right? I mean, in theory, that makes total sense. But as you know, and as I know from experience, it does not always work that way. I know, it is so frustrating, right? Let me pause by saying there is nothing wrong with you, nothing wrong with your ability. You can have things to work on. You could be a work in progress and be a total fucking rock star at the same time. Hey, we all have room to grow. Or as they like to say in, your reviews, there's opportunities for growth. But please remember, just because you have something you need to work on, it doesn't take away from the fact that right now, in this very moment, you are a badass capable of so many incredible things, and your career can be exactly what you want it to be. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's go back to what it looks like to make your next move and have your breakout year. So does any of this sound familiar? You're ready to make your next move. You know you're good. You know you deserve it. Not only can you feel it in your gut, your work speaks for itself. But when you look at the organization you work for, you wonder if it's the right place for you to stay. Your current leadership and senior staff are lifers. They aren't going anywhere anytime soon. And while you respect them, you know in order for you to grow, someone would have to leave. Sometimes we join an organization only to find out that the culture isn't at all what was described. It's not the right fit for you. And you are fed up and ready to move to an organization that aligns with your core values. Or perhaps the organization made promises about your role and your growth that they did not keep. And they haven't given you any good reason. I'm just going to let you in on a little secret. You're not alone. This happens a lot. Women, some of who are my clients, who have talked about this and tackled it, did one thing right. They focused on what would be best for them. That's it. What would be best for them? If nobody has done this yet, let me be the first to give you permission to be selfish. It's okay. This is your career. You only get one. If you stay where you are because you don't want to seem ungrateful, you don't want to leave your organization without somebody in your position, or you simply think that you won't be able to find something, you won't be able to find a better fit, then you're going to find yourself unhappy, resentful, and frustrated. It's going to take a toll on your morale. You will find yourself looking back 6 months or a year from now, feeling defeated because you've had absolutely no growth. And what makes it worse is you know you could have taken action and been in a completely different spot. Let's talk about another scenario, right? That can be the cause of you thinking about what's next. You are grinding all of the time to get ahead, and your work-life balance is something out of a book for burnout. You tried to make your moves at work only to be told no. Or my personal favorite, every time you try to go after an opportunity, you're told to wait on the sideline. It's not the right time for you. Now, let me say this. You may not always get what you want immediately, but the great managers, organizations, and leaders, they will be honest with you, transparent. They will tell you why the answer is no or not right now, or can you just wait on the sidelines? It's not your time. They will tell you why. And the why is followed up with a strategy to help you get where you want to be. That's key and that's important. Transparency. So if you continue to grind and get told no, or to wait on the sidelines without a strategy on how to get to a yes or no, my friend, you're going to feel like you're on a hamster wheel. Things like work happiness will begin to take a dive. You will feel resentful. There's that word again. You will be frustrated, and your growth in the sports industry will come to a screeching halt. Let's talk about one more scenario. You know it's time to make a move. You're ready. You, my friend, know you are going to take control of your career, but you feel lost. You want your next move to be the right one. You don't have time to waste, but you're not sure where you'd be a good fit. No matter how much time you spend on it, you can't seem to define exactly what you're looking for, what your next move should be. You see the opportunity, whether it's internal or external, but you're not quite sure how to approach it. Sometimes it might be a mindset issue. First, we all have them. It's my job to call them out and help you manage them. Maybe you're afraid of hearing no. You're afraid of expressing interest in fear of being judged or seeming ungrateful for the current role that you have. Or you're not sure how and where to use your expertise. I get it. You got a lot swirling around in your head, but don't continue down this road. If you do, again, you're going to look back 6 months or a year from now and beat yourself up for not taking action. I don't recommend beating yourself up, but that's how you're going to feel. You're going to feel like you're in overwhelm and then just going to kind of throw up your hands and not do anything. You might be filled with regret as you see other people making moves and doing the very things that you want to do. Listen, we have all been there, sometimes more than once, but it does not have to be that way. You can 100% take control of your career. You can do that this year, 2021. This can be your breakout year. I talk about these different scenarios because we've all been there. I want to normalize the feelings, but also the most important thing I want to do is to give you the tools to jump right over these things. When you listen to other Game of Her Own episodes, you know that nobody has had a perfect career. Just like guests on the show, you are going to get curveballs thrown your way. Hey, and that's out of your control. What's in your control is how you react to them. So I'm going to share a few strategies to support you so you can have your breakout year. First things first, you have to be 100% clear on what you want. If you don't know what you want, how do you set goals? How do you create strategies? How do you create plans to go after what you want? How do you ask your network, allies, your manager for support if you yourself don't know what's the most important thing to you when it comes to your career and you don't know what you want? The first thing I do with all of my clients is review what matters most to them. It's a workbook. We actually spend 90 minutes and we go over it. And the end result is we have a roadmap and several strategies to help them get to where they want to be. Now, if you want to get your hands on it, you totally can. All you have to do is head over to my website and download a completely free copy of it. I've also linked to it in the show notes if that's easier for you. The title of the workbook is Getting Clear on What Matters Most. The second thing I want you to do is when you're done with the workbook, use it to create your own roadmap on how you want to move forward. Quiet out all the noise, all the self-doubt. Girl, I wish I was with you right now because I would tell you, you got this. I want you to set realistic deadlines for achieving your goals. When do you want to accomplish whatever you're going after? The next thing I want you to do is talk. Legit, talk about it. There are so many different groups of people that you can chat with this about it. Let me give you 3 different groups. First, your family and friends. Now, I recognize that not everyone has this opportunity. Sometimes your friends and family don't understand the business that you're in, or they don't understand why you might be stuck or where you might have a mindset issue. And that's okay. If your friends fall into this category, don't worry about it. Perhaps don't go to them yet. I want you to go to them when it's time to pop that champagne because you finally made the move you've been dreaming of making. If they can, however, provide you with objective advice or serve as a sounding board, then go for it. Talk to them about what you want and the strategies you've outlined to move forward. Just get their reactions. Another person you can talk to is a mentor. Do you guys have mentors? It could be official, unofficial. One of the greatest things about having a mentor is being able to bounce ideas off of them. Great mentors will give you objective advice and they will tell it to you straight. Plus, they have years and years of professional experience. I loved having a mentor. I wanted both a mentor and a coach, but I loved having a mentor. It was great to be able to call that person when I was feeling stuck and didn't want to go to somebody within my organization. Now, the challenging part, and I face this, and if you have a mentor, maybe you face this as well, is the challenging part is working with a mentor is your access to them. They have full-time jobs. So sometimes you need answers quickly, or you need long-term support, like a planning strategy session or multiple ones. And your mentor usually has a full-time job, making it difficult to get on their calendar when you need it the most. Once you get on their calendar and you start to have those meetings, make sure you talk about what you want to do. Be honest, open, vulnerable, and share what you want to go after and be open to receiving feedback. Another person you can talk to is a career coach. Have you ever worked with one before? One of the greatest things about working with a coach is the access you get to them, the frameworks that you can use, the workbooks, all the things that they have built to help you accelerate your career. They give you objective advice and they have experience. Now, I will say the challenging part of working with a coach is with that access, you do have to make a financial investment. Talking to your friends and family is free. Talking to a mentor is free or at a very low cost for access to a program. So you have to ask yourself, what type of support and access am I looking for? When I work with my clients, they have unlimited access to me. They can reach me whenever they would like. They also get my objective advice based on my 18 years of working in the sports industry. Listen, I want you to keep in mind as you're thinking about how you need support, you can have access to all 3. You can do all 3. I have plenty of clients who work with me as the coach. They also have a mentor and they constantly talk to their friends and family about their career and where they see themselves and how they're going to go get there. Leveraging all 3 of those does accelerate your career. So tell me, who would you like to talk to accelerate your career growth? Whatever you do, please make sure you don't go at it alone. There are options out there for you. If you're thinking, you know what, I would like to add a mentor or a career coach to the list of people I talk to. I want to work with them, but I can't make that investment. That's okay. A lot of organizations will invest in your professional development. So take a look at your benefits, talk to someone in your HR department or your manager to see what you have access to. Some people have access to mentors. Some people have access that's built into their benefits. Some people have access to career coaches. So take a look. If you want to see what it would be like to work with a career coach, if it's the right fit for you, you can set up a 20-minute chat with me. It's easy and it is free. I have linked to it in the show notes and I would love to talk to you. All right, ladies, this has been super fun. I hope you feel inspired and ready to take action. So 2021 is known as your breakout year. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear what you think. You can just email me. I put my email in the show notes. Email me and let me know what you think and how this has helped you. My goal is to continue to create content that supports you as you go after exactly what you want in your career. You deserve it. And friend, you got this.